Hi everybody, Susan Craw here. It's nice to see you all. I want to talk to you about the veil. People ask me all the time, is the veil thin? Why can't I see through it? Is it thinning? Are things going to change? Are we going to collectively understand? I think it's going to be a long, long time before everyone understands that there's life after death. But what I will tell you is every person that leans to that direction is one more person that helps another person understand. So it's really important that we continue on the path, even though it's going to take some time. And yes, the veil is thinning. Trauma in the world, collectively what's happening, the consciousness has changed. People are more willing to listen and see. So the veil is thinning. But I want you to picture it like this. You have a cloth. Think of a sheet. You can barely see anything. I mean, you'd have to put your face right up or tight to get to see, right? And then maybe you have another thinner layer that might be polyester. And then you have another layer that might be silk. And then you have another layer that might be satin. And then you have a layer that is sheer. When you get to that point, you see differently. And when I'm talking about seeing, I'm not talking about just with the eyes. Seeing covers all of our senses. As we're getting closer to that veil, the world is shifting. It is unbelievable the changes that I'm seeing and other mediums are seeing. Someday mediums will be your go-to when you're sick. They'll be able to tell you what's wrong with you and you'll trust it. So things are changing dramatically. I don't want anyone to think this is going to happen in the next 5 years. But every year that goes by, the more people that accept spirit, the thinner the veil gets. Okay, so maybe think of the sheet as a square, and this little corner is now thinner. We still have to go through the rest of the sheet. And that's kind of what's happening right now. Spirit has always been there. So they've been working on that veil forever. And I want people to understand this too. Not everyone is meant to be a medium in this lifetime, even if they have the gift. But everyone has the ability to see their loved one. See, smell, taste, experience. That's that veil thinning. Maybe 50 years ago, not everyone would even notice that. And in fact, they'd probably fight you. They'd say, that's devil, that's terrible, that's all these other things. All of this beauty and love they want to give us. And we've had our hands like this the whole time. Back away, back away, back away. All of a sudden, everyone's opening up and allowing them to come through. So if you're asking about the collective consciousness, yes. The more people that are gathered together believing something, the easier it is to break through. I do want you to understand one more thing before I stop. The reason that many people don't see their loved one, but all the rest of the family does, their grief is different. Grief is heavy. It's heavy. And it's hard to break through that vibration. And grief is necessary. And we want to decide when we're done with grief. And grief decides when it's done with us. So I want you to understand that you can't make it happen. That grief that's heavy is so dense that they can't break through it. It's like the cloth, the sheet, dark, heavy, okay? And as you're healing from that grief, it's lightening more and more and more. And before you know it, your loved one will be there to say hello to you in some form. Remember what I talk about with signs. You may smell them, feel them, sense them, hear them, but they will come. But give yourself some time. Everyone grieves differently. Don't judge your grief. Don't try to put a time frame on it. Grief decides when it's done with you. I wish you all love and light. And thank you and take care.